Welcome friends to another special presentation by Gospel Angels Broadcasting. Today we bring you a most significant development that is stirring both the political and prophetic worlds. For the first time in history, there is an American Pope, Pope Leo XIV, formerly Robert Prevost of Chicago, Illinois. This is no small matter, and it has already created a dilemma that ties directly to the prophecy of Revelation 13. You see, the laws of the United States require that every citizen pays tax on their worldwide income no matter where they live. By that standard, even the Pope, though seated in Rome, would be required to file and pay U.S. taxes. That issue alone raises eyebrows because the Pope is not only the head of the Roman Catholic Church, he is also a foreign sovereign ruler of the Vatican State. But here is where things become very interesting. Just this past July, Congress introduced a bill known as the Holy Sovereignty Protection Act. This bill seeks to exempt any American citizen who becomes Pope from paying federal income tax during his pontificate. And it also protects his American citizenship so it cannot be revoked. Pause and consider. A law written in Washington to shield the papacy. Friends, this is not the Sunday law yet, but it shows us the trajectory. For here we see America, that lamb-like beast of Revelation 13, beginning to speak as a dragon, granting civil privilege to a religious power, the very power that prophecy identifies as the first beast. The book of Revelation chapter 13 tells us that the United States will one day exercise all the power of the first beast before it, and will cause the world to worship the beast whose deadly wound was healed. This alliance of church and state does not happen in one day. It develops step by step. Today, it may be a tax exemption. Tomorrow it may be a broader privilege. And in the near future, under crisis, it will become a law of worship, a Sunday law. Daniel chapter 7 verse 25 reminds us that this power would think to change times and law, and history shows us it was Rome that exalted Sunday in the place of the seventh-day Sabbath. The Apostle Paul warned in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 that the man of sin would exalt himself in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And the prophet John in Revelation declares that the United States will form an image to this beast, enforcing its decrees. Ellen White, in The Great Controversy, foresaw this very union when she wrote, "Protestant America will stretch her hand across the gulf to grasp the hand of the Roman power, and under the influence of this threefold union, our country shall repudiate every principle of its constitution as a Protestant and Republican government." Beloved, the exemption of the Pope from American tax law may seem harmless, even practical to some, but prophetically, it is a signal. It shows us how quickly the United States is willing to bend its laws in deference to papal authority. It is a soft step toward the day when religious mandates will be clothed in the garments of civil law. Therefore we must watch, we must pray. The final movements will be rapid ones. This has been Gospel Angels Broadcasting, proclaiming the everlasting gospel in light of prophecy. Stand faithful, hold fast to God's commandments in the faith of Jesus, and be not moved by the rising tide of compromise.
To broadcast to the world a message of truth, love, and justice.